What if I told you I could go from 55 millimeters to 120 millimeters? I'm talking about focal length, and I'll show you how I did it using just one lens. Alright, so quick disclaimer. This tip is for all you Sony shooters, in particular A7 III owners.
Oh man, you mean it's not gonna work with my camera?
Now, I'm also not sure if this is gonna work with all the A7 series cameras, as I haven't actually tested them all, but I can confirm that clear image zoom will work if you're shooting on an A6500. Alright, so I had a few of you asking me from last week's video, or the week before, how I actually enabled that Super 35 mode and clear image zoom. So what I've done is I've put together some markers down below that if that's you can skip to that part right now. And also for those of you that actually missed the video a couple of weeks ago, you can actually check it out up here. Alright, so a huge benefit having this feature is going to be that you don't actually have to carry around the big chunky zoom lenses anymore, at least I don't. My personal preference has always been shooting on primes. I just love that they're so small, that they're so light, and they're really sharp. Now I've got 3 different Sony Primes, but this is pretty much gonna work with any lens that you have. I've got the 55 1.8, got the 85mm 1.8, and I've also got the 35 1.8. Oh, what's this? Did you write this?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, you heard her. Likes are free. Alright, so here's the huge advantage as to why you might be wanting to use this feature. First, in APS-C or in Super 35 mode. Now, these two things are the same, so don't get them confused when I'm using both the terms. But in this mode, so Super 35, you're going to be getting an extra 1.5 times zoom. And then if you enable the clear image zoom, you're going to be getting an extra 1.5 times zoom on top of that Super 35 zoom. It's a lot of zooms. Now that's more than double your existing focal length of your lens. The other advantage here is if you have these assigned to your custom buttons like I do on my Sony, you're instantly going to be turning your one lens into another 2 different focal lengths. And all you've done is just click one button. One more thing that I think is a huge plus is when you're using a gimbal. So instead of having to change lenses, rebalance, and carry around that extra weight with the extra lenses, you can just keep that one lens on, not have to rebalance, and all you got to do is just click one button and you've changed your focal length. Now that's a game changer for me. Now as long as you're shooting in 4K, there is no noticeable quality loss, at least I can't even tell. Alright, so let's have a look at some footage that I shot, and hopefully it's going to make a lot more sense. So here's the Sony 55 1.8, and I'm shooting 4K. Now when we crop into the Super 35, that's going to equal about an 82mm lens. Now I'm going to crop in again using clear image zoom, and now we're sitting at about 120mm. Now this is all with one lens, and you know what else? I did it in 5 seconds.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Get lost. I'm done. Alright, so if you didn't know about this feature, you're welcome. But you're also probably wondering,
How do you do this?
so what I want to do is show you how I've set up my custom buttons for shooting Super 35 mode and clear image zoom. So I'm going to head over to a menu. We're going to go over to tab 2, and we're going to go over to page 8. And here you'll find custom key. Custom key with the movie strip is where you want to go into. So we want to go to that, select it, and you can see some of my custom keys here. But we want to head over to page 2, and you can see here, left button is called zoom. So what I've done is, I've assigned this button here, right here, to be my zoom select, and then I move that around, and what that's going to do is punch me into clear image zoom. Now my Super 35 mode is actually selected on the AEL button here. So I've selected this button to be a punch in straight into Super 35 mode. Now I hope that makes a little bit of sense for you. So I'm going to come back out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch into Super 35 mode, and we're going to hit my AEL button. And now I'm going to punch in again using clear image zoom. So we're going to hit this button over here. See, this comes up, and now I'm going to move this across, and we can get another 1.5 times zoom in on that Super 35 crop. Now we want to come back out, and then we want to hit AEL button to come back out again. So as you can see, we've gone into pretty much 3 different focal lengths right there. Alright, so a couple of things to know is you can't actually use clear image zoom on 120 frames per second. In fact, anything shot in 1080p, just don't use clear image zoom. There's a noticeable amount of image quality loss, and I actually found this out the hard way. Now you can use the Super 35 mode in 1080 and there's no image quality loss, at least I can't tell, but definitely do not use clear image zoom in 1080 unless you want your footage to look. Now I should also mention, if you're shooting photos, you can still use the Super 35 mode, but just be aware you're going to be losing megapixels. It's going to be cropping in on the sensor. It's basically not using the whole thing. So this is a 24 megapixel camera, the A7 III. It's probably getting about 10 megapixels if you're in Super 35 mode. Now, if you're just posting on socials like Facebook and Instagram, I don't think you're really going to notice the difference anyway. At least I can't tell. So it's just something that I think you just should be aware of. Anyway, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope that you found this somewhat useful, and this video has actually made you think about how you can actually get some more use out of the lenses you already own. Now, if you like this video, as always, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. And also, let me know about this mic. I got a new mic. I'm testing out this new mic. What do you think? Does it sound better? Let me know down in the comments. I don't really know why I'm whispering because it's a little bit weird. Why am I whispering? Anyway, you get the idea. See ya. Bye. Say hi to your mum for me.